Right then, Andy, we're back out with you boys this week.
Yeah.
So I think last time we came out to see you was Mays a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So just start us off, whereabouts are we then?
So we're Wincanton, Somerset, sort of just off the Mendips, so getting plenty of rain at the moment.
Yeah, just like everywhere else in the UK
Yeah,
at the moment.
It's good for grass growth.
That's
yeah.
about it. Plenty of grass to chop, that's the main thing. Good for you boys, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it.
So we've dragged you off the seat of the forager today because we want to talk about this impressive bit of kit you're standing by. So this is the New Holland Ultra Feed header. Now they were shouting about this at Agritechnica, it's quite a big thing, and you boys have ended up with one on the front of your machine. So just tell us what's different, and is this the future moving forwards?
So it's all different. Basically, there isn't a component you'd recognise from the old standard.
From the previous one?
Yeah, not a single component. Ground up rebuild, made the deck slightly shorter and angled down so the crop flow is more of a transition up to the feed rolls. They've changed the centre gearbox so that it's narrower and 70% faster, so you get cleaner raking performance. They put nylon guides now in front of the tines, and then moving backwards, obviously the much bigger diameter auger. Just got the wear strips on as well.
Would you notice quite a difference that auger being bigger then?
Yeah, makes the crop flow a lot smoother.
No wrapping, I suppose.
The auger's going that bit slower, and it's just a steady feed. You don't get the wrapping, you don't get the jump in on the lumps, just the constant feed.
Smoother for you as a driver as well then?
It's a strange sensation driving it because it's almost, the more you push it in the lumpy stuff, the smoother it is, rather than with any other header, you'd see a lump, you'd want to edge back. With this one, if you just keep it constant, the header.
But I suppose that bigger roller helps with pre-compression as well. So
the roller on the front, and there's a lot more downforce as well on the auger, so it helps really. It's got the large diameter tyres for
new tyres I've had this morning.
Yeah, that's it. So hopefully to follow like where the ground's a bit rutted and that, just smoother ground following really. And then of course you've got the skid shoes either side of the header, and then the two rear wheels behind the header as well, all to help sort of maintain the ground following, keep it close to the ground, get that crop lifted up.
And one of the most interesting things about this is it's completely belt driven.
Yeah, so belt driven on the side. The pickup rail tines is hydraulically driven, which is sort of a benefit New Holland have had for years. It means you can change the tine speed to suit the ground conditions, so you're raking clean, but you can change the auger speed to suit the feed rolls, the chop length. You can get that balance just right, whereas with old-fashioned standard chain-driven headers, your speed's your speed. You can speed it all up together or slow it all down, but you couldn't get that in between.
So there's no slip clutch?
No slip clutch on this header, all just...
How'd you find that?
I've never got to that stage, to be honest, with this header. If you were to overload it, there's a sensor on the hydraulic drive on the output shaft would bleep up saying header drive or header pressure too high and stop it. The reversing pressure is higher than the forward pressure, so you can physically never block it.
So you never block it?
Having said that, I've never. You would install a forager before you got to that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an automatic greasing system as well?
Yeah. So fully auto lube. The only things to grease on there is the shaft, the input shaft.
So that saves maintenance time?
Great job in the evenings. Just come back, sharpen up, fuel up.
All that time that you spend messing around greasing it, it soon adds up, doesn't it?
One less thing to do, and when you get back, it's 9 times out of 10 you pick up a grease gun and he's empty.
Yeah.
It's just done away with all that.
Yeah, by the time you change the cartridge, then half your day's gone.
Yeah. No, it's a good job really.
Yeah. So, have you noticed quite a difference running this header then?
Yeah, more so in your actual daily output rather than, okay, it's smoother and better up the line as well, but there's just less stoppages.
Yeah.
When you're going and that's it. You're just in the field, you're harvesting. It's smooth, you're not slowing down for lumps, it's just a constant, you're loading the machine and that's it.
Yeah.
Another little feature they've got sort of related to the header is auto lift when you get metal detection.
Right.
So instead of pushing on a big heap in front, it's just literally headers lifted. That's a nice little feature. Sort of, not that you concentrate less, but it's just one less thing to...
Yeah. I see you've got some fancy LED lights in there as well somewhere.
Yeah, so LED lights under the header. So if you get metal detection in the night and that, it's easy for the guys. It's basically fully, it is like daylight in there.
Makes it easy for the trailer boys.
Yeah, and there's a, you've got a safety button as well now on the side. So if they press that, all the controls are locked out in the cab as well, which is, to be honest, I can see it coming on everything as standard. It's sort of nice little feature. Yeah.
So this header would still be quite rare here in the UK. There's only a handful.
Yeah, a few of them about. We've always sort of had the top model of the New Holland line when we gone to New Holland. So we had a 1990 back in 2010, and then followed that of an 850, and then the 920 in 2019, and then of course this one now.
Have you always been New Holland, or?
Always been New Holland, and always been quite grass orientated as well. We do maize and whole crop,
Right.
but quite grass orientated.
So that header's quite a big thing for your business.
Yeah.
How long have you been running her now?
Probably had it about 5-6 weeks. Yeah.
And what is she? What's hiding underneath those panels?
So it's pretty similar to what we had before, really, in the respect of the 920. A few differences. We've gone for a few extra blades this time. High-speed pulley on the cylinder, so we can get that variation and chop length and go real short if we wanted to. But more importantly, it helps with the throughput of the machine, just going that bit faster. Helps with the blow, helps in the muddy conditions. You don't get that stop in between the blades and the blower. It's real good in the mud. Oh yeah, I'd never not have that now, having driven one with it. So one other feature we got on this forager is we got the reversible fan, and variable cooling as well. Supposedly a bit lighter on fuel as well.
What sort of work do you do with these before you look at swapping them?
So tend to keep the forager changed every 5 years. A year to sort of iron out any problems.
Yeah.
A couple of years happy running, and then change them after 5.
So what made you go New Holland again this time then?
It's gone really well with the last machine. Impressed with the output more than anything.
You'd already made the decision.
Well, we did have a look around, and we did try a few. There was a few certainly cheaper brands out there, which sort of it makes you consider. But then having tested them and driven them, and
So we should probably mention, because people are going to be wondering, you did tell me this morning actually your paint's arrived now, but what's with the different coloured wheels?
yeah. So we had the back wheels. We wanted wider back tyres.
Yeah.
Just to help with the ground compaction, really. I was pretty set on I definitely wanted wider back tyres, but to keep it under the 3 metres, we had to get them sent off and cut and specially altered. Well, the dealer got it done for us, so that they cut the rims and shunted them in so they're under the 3 metres. When they come to saying what colour do you want, everyone has gloss black wheels these days, don't they?
Yeah.
Front ones are going to be painted to match in the next couple
So
of
that's
days.
your job.
Yeah, that's it.
And you haven't got your fancy decals yet, but they're on their way, are they?
They're on their way, apparently.
Yeah. You're obviously impressed with what New Holland are, they're constantly changing and updating things. You obviously see a future with New Holland then, do you?
I think this header, what they've got here, is definitely
It's a big
future-proof.
game changer.
I think where they are with the forager now, next step is just chuck more horsepower at it. Everything's there, it's just ready to go.
Talk a bit more about your contracting then. Butt Brothers, is it a family-run business?
Yeah, family-run business. So me and my brother, and then 2 cousins. So Jake's my brother, Isaac and Josh, both cousins.
How did it all start then?
Dad and uncle started it.
And you boys are keen enough to take it on?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So how's it work with staffing here then? Have you got lads full-time or?
Yeah, a few people, which are a couple of people full-time and then seasonal as well.
And dare we ask how the grass season's going this time?
Stop-start would be probably the best way to summarise it. The minute it's rain for 3 or 4 days, you get a 2-day window, you're out trying to pick up every acre you can, and then it rains again.
Talking kit then, we saw your fancy rake in action.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different to most rakes.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that then.
Once you get over the complexity of it, it's a great machine. Probably a few too many sensors for his own good, but in terms of the job it does, how smooth it is, it's great. So it's hydraulically driven, so it's a hydraulic pump, PTO driven hydraulic pump. Start your PTO up. Your back rotors are related to your engine speed, but your PTO speed. But the front rotors you can alter individually. You can increase a certain percentage of speed on the front rotors. So when you're in your real heavy first cuts, you'd slow that right down, and you'd have the rake just running nice and gentle, bringing it in slowly. And then when you get to the lighter cuts, you can speed it up and push on, and you're still doing a tidy job.
So what made you go for that machine then?
We had a class at the time. We'd had 3 or 4 class rakes by that point. We just felt the quality of the steel and the welding and stuff was probably not what the original ones were, just going downhill slightly. We were looking for to probably change brands. Demoed a Kuhn, a little bit of Krone and a few others, and we liked that where they could speed and change the rotor speed individually. We thought it'd be smoother, better on fuel for the forager and that. So that's the way we went.
So talking tractors, why hasn't Mr. New Holland been able to sell you some blue tractors to go with the Forager then? Why are they all still green?
Wrong colour, isn't it? Yeah, so just get on well with the John Deere tractors, really.
Yeah, you always have.
Always have. Used to be Massey years ago, many years ago. Massey and some John Deere. And then we went all John Deere.
I see you've got a few M series around.
Yeah, 3M series.
You find those a good all-round tractor?
Great tractor, really. There's not really a job they can't do. We spec them how we want them. They're not just, you think of an M series as like a bog standard tractor.
Yeah, everyone thinks they're the basic tractor.
Yeah, where I would say they are is, if you had a 30 series, you put every bit of spec on it you could, a 30 series premium tractor, and that would be where the M series are today. Just get on really well with them. General trailer tractors and haulage is just a job, really. Simple, anyone can get in and drive it. Less to go wrong. We find them great, to be fair.
Yeah.
So we've got 8 tractors at the minute. Yeah, mixture of R's and M's. Smallest ones would be 155Rs, they'd have loaders fitted. And then right up to the 215R, which does bulk of our mowing and ploughing. And then the 195Ms, which are just great all-round tractors, you can put them to anything, and they're sort of man enough to handle it.
Keeps the workshop busy then? Or do they not break down?
No, John Deere's don't break down.
Yeah. So, talking trailers then.
Yeah.
You run cane trailers.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be very often we see those over here, this side of the water.
Yeah. So we were having some local built trailers made. Got to around 2009-10. We found the quality of them probably just wasn't what it was. Maybe we were asking more of them, I don't know. But they weren't suited for what we were trying to do by this point. So we decided we were going to have a look, going to change. We had a look around on the internet and stuff. Saw the cane trailers, thought they looked a good trailer. One thing we didn't like was they had the mesh on the top half of the tailgate, which is not such a problem in Ireland because they don't do the maize. But with the maize, we didn't want the grain and stuff falling through. So we sort of rung them up, said, look, like the trailer, like the design. One thing we'd want is a solid tailgate. Generally happy to make the product to suit us, and it's just sort of gone on from there, really. Just a general great firm to deal with. And yeah, I brought a trailer every sort of couple of years since.
Are you still running your original cane trailer?
Yeah, he's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they last a few years then?
Yeah, no, it's been genuinely a really good trailer. Didn't think it's had the world to put to it.
Oh really?
Yeah, no.
That's always a good sign
It's
then.
been really good. Yeah.
What machine are you running on the pit then?
So we got a 435 on the pit, stage 5 machine.
Has it always been JCB machines?
Yeah, always. Yeah, right back from when they give up using the tractor and vat rate.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much as soon as they get their hands on a shovel. Yeah, been a good machine. I don't think anyone else is quite where JCB is yet. With you got the horsepower to weight ratio right, and also they got the 6-speed gearbox, which is quite crucial for the pit work. We did test a couple of other machines, but the 4 and 5-speed boxes, you've got to push up the pit in gear 1, which is just too slow. JCB using gear 2 most of the time, and you got that speed, but you've also got that power there.
Yeah. What butt rake are you running on the front of that then?
So we got a 14-foot folding Strymec butt rake.
And you like that?
It's been alright. There are stronger brands about, no doubt. Sort of what we went for at the time. It's lasted us well. I don't know if we'd go for something else going forward. I think it's all moved on a bit now. I think they've probably stayed with their original design, the Strymec. I'd have to look into a bit more, but I think going forward, other brands have probably...
You did say to me you like the look of the MDE, so...
Yeah, I like the look of the MDE. Yeah.
Might be on the shopping list one of these days.
Yeah, that's it.